Yeah. Live. Check, check, check. Alrighty. Hmm. 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 Hmm.
Is it on?
Yeah. Yeah.
All
It is
right,
on.
all right. So I would say we should just focus on the quiz that our AI Cloud Code, aka the God, has generated, and just focus on the questions that we are not able to infer at first, and try to use Chat GPT or any other AI tool to understand what is the question trying to say and what are the answers for it. Because we do not have a lot of time remaining for our exam, so it's better to change our strategy now.
That's
That's
true.
my suggestion.
So the first question was wrong. The answer over here is B. So I want to
Did-
see how does TF
Wait, wait.
notice.
See what I did. I think I also did D or D. I guess. Yeah, dude. I also did D. Same.
Yeah, but answer is B.
It batches the edits in one transaction and
Mm.
applies when the stage is saved to the disk. Because of it notifies you when any of them changes. Yeah, I think. Okay, yeah. Let's take a look at what ChatGPT says about it.
Question two was correct.
Question two. Or the inherits, right? Yeah.
No, the answer is the specializes.
Was incorrect. Dude, I have D as an answer. Why do you have D as specializes?
What?
Which quiz did you? Oh, okay. It generated the inherit. What is the answer? D or
D. Specializes.
specializes? Class inheritance. Oh, inherits
I
are.
was.
Yeah, I was wrong over here. Yeah, I was wrong. I did the inherit arcs. I know.
Mm,
Okay. Specialized arcs.
okay. So TF notice USD dot notice is USD's observer system. It lets an application say, tell me when this stage changes so I can update my UI cache slash renderer. TF notice, bro, where is it in the documentation? Let me see.
You can just ask ChatGPT to give you the reference link.
Notice.
It might not be in this. Like this is only related to the quiz that we have given.
Content aggregation. Data exchange. Data modeling. Debugging. TF diagnostic. Mm, mm, TF error.
TF diagnostic manager one may set delegate with TF diagnostic UD utils.
But this does not answer my question, bro. But where is
Ask
this?
ChatGPT to give you the reference link if you want. View sources. is the source.
Source is this TF notification
Oh, it's a
system.
complete notification system. Shit. What is it? It registers object changes, naming the prem or property of interest, and it notifies you when any of them change. Oh, yeah, this.
What are you doing, bro?
Uh, Give me a minute. Just getting some matter. Notice it notifies interested objects that some important event has occurred. And then model view controller paradigm.
What?
Model. Reading a common use of notification for a model to notify a view that the model has changed and the view needs to be updated.
Me all that you- All right, bro. Let's focus and complete this.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Krishna Kumar Kanan is in the chat. Krishna Kumar Kanan, sorry.
So, bro,
What up, guys? He's saying all the best.
thanks, bro.
Thank you so much.
All the inherit. Mhm.
Slash USD dot notice. Okay, so we don't have to go through everything over here. We can just remember
Yeah,
this part. That USD's observer system.
and it notifies for any object changes.
Tell me when this state changes so I can update my UI slash cache. This core idea application registers the callback USD data changes. It sends notice. Application callback runs. Application reacts. So instead of constantly acknowledging it listens the app listens once the USD tells it something changed. TF notice versus USD notice. Think of it as like general notification, publish, subscribe system. General notification. Register for object changes. Naming the prem or properties of interest. and it notifies you when any of them change. That's it. Important USD notice time on USD dot notice dot object changed. Okay, this is important.
Mm-hmm.
And bro, this is very important. SDF dot change blog. I think I had a lot of questions from this.
What is a drip change block?
I don't know. It's some mechanism that they keep asking about.
Let me ask publicity.
After changes notification system. Okay. USD dot notice dot object change. Recent path, structure change, rebuild this object. Saved. Structure change, rebuild the object. Rebuild this object slash structure. Change for only path.
Not result, print, rename file.
Application response. Mhm. Mechanism app registers the callback. USD state changes. USD sends a notice. App callback receives the notice. App updates UI. Okay. USD no important notice. USD dot notice dot object change. It provides get recent path. Get changed info only paths. Okay. Notice does not replace querying the stage. It tells you what became dirty. Um. Query the stage afterwards for final composed values. Memory notice is equal to USD saying this part change resync is rebuild. Changed info only is refresh value cache. Okay. Alright. Next question. And you got this wrong, right? Question
Yeah,
two.
but I already figured it out. Yeah, don't worry.
Okay.
We can skip this.
Yeah.
Why? I got it wrong. Yeah. What about
Next
question third?
question. Three was correct, I think. At the value of the lowest. Yes, I think that was correct. My next question on is six. Fourth was also correct. Read the local opinion. Internal awareness of leaves unclear. The yes, five was correct. Six. Open the composition tab for yes. Okay, so this was some sort of. I don't think we are gonna get a question like this, but this was from the YouTube
Let's
video,
ask
so
our supporter
I
question.
don't think he is watching.
Okay,
But
dude,
if
if
he
you're
is,
watching, do you think these are the questions or the level of toughness we are gonna expect?
not the level of toughness. Like
Yeah.
a user reports only the chair is green and shouldn't. Okay, so what should be the answer according to you? Read the
Which
question.
one? Question six.
Yeah,
Wait, I haven't taken a look at that. Six for me, it was D.
D.
Yeah.
But what was the answer?
No, 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 no. Wait, wait. Oh, for me, it's open the composition tab. Yeah, I also selected the same one.
Yeah, but the answer, I don't know what the answer is over here. Question six. Answer is D. Answer is
D.
D. D.
What is
D.
no like, but in there, what is the option? I think C. Reframe with F repeatedly.
This is the answer. Switch to prim mode. So selection picks. down to the individual prim level, clicking straight to the problem mesh. Hmm, I didn't know this. I think this is probably something it picked up from the transcript that the guy might be showing in the video.
Maybe.
A user reports only the chair is green and shouldn't be after pressing F to frame the chair. Model mode. Selection keeps picking the nearest component or assembly model instead of offending mesh. What reaches the individual prim? Hmm. Open the composition tab first since switch to prim mode. So selection picks down the individual prim level, clicking straight to the problem mesh. Yeah. Yeah, okay. I'm not gonna dive deep into this question.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's like a conceptual question. This one too, like seventh one was also wrong for me, but I don't know what Porteous or whatever the fuck this guy's name is framing of ad hoc versus structured pipelines.
Yeah, I
What
think
is
I did try to answer that one as well.
what is the defining weakness of an ad hoc pipeline?
Uh, my answer was it requires every user to have full access to entire factory scene, and that I think that is definitely wrong. For some reason, I would guess. What is the answer?
Seventh.
D. It's D. For me, it's D. So
Yeah, D. Ad hoc pipeline is just someone passing you a file and it creates bottlenecks. For example, when someone goes on a vacation and work stalls because a file was never passed on, the encoding choices, validation, placement, and scene access scope are separate pipeline concerns and are not what defines an ad hoc
I
file.
was planning to do D, but for some reason I thought, okay, maybe I might have hallucinated or something over here with this shitty
Mm,
option. But okay.
hmm I see. I can ask this one to AI for more clarity. I don't understand it. Oh, wait. Why did it not mark my answers over here? Fucking hell. Oh, dude.
Mm-hmm.
I was trying to do Command Z over there and I didn't realize that it would have erased my answers. Fuck me. But okay, it's fine.
Yeah.
My quiz was already validated, so I scored 45 out of 70. Hmm. So it is just someone passing you a file. What is defining weakness? The defining weakness of an ad hoc pipeline. It is just someone passing you a file
Wait,
which creates
can
bottlenecks.
you go back to the third one? What was your answer for third one?
This one.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, alright, yeah, that's correct. I did B for some reason, and I was trying to figure out where I went wrong with the value of. I thought the local default position because default value takes the priority until playback begins.
No, 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 bro. Lowest
Hmm.
time code sample. We already done a question like this.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Okay, so seventh is the vacation thing for ad
Yeah,
hoc.
it is. But what is this? What is the defining weakness of an ad hoc pipeline? So that is, it is just someone passing you a file, which
Which
creates
creates bottlenecks.
bottlenecks.
So like it's not asynchronous. It's like you're waiting for someone to
Mm-hmm.
give you the file. Until unless you get the file, you're not able to progress forward.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's not. So I think what it says is that you cannot work in parallel work streams. You have to wait for someone.
Mhm.
You have to wait for someone.
So it does not scale because it depends on one-off fixes. Hmm. Informal rules and human memory instead of consistent structure validation or automation. We solve problems case by case. Scalable problem, we have clear rule structure. Okay. Ad hoc pipeline is basically we solve problems case by case.
Dominoes. Dominoes.
Okay. Next. What was the next question that was wrong? 10th. So 8th was correct, yeah. Ninth was correct, yeah.
Eighth is
Yes.
Linux. The ninth is what? A stage is.
10th was wrong.
For ninth, it appears massive but reoriented to Y because only unit character is skipped. Ninth is.
Answer
No.
is B.
Oh, it appears massive and still oriented along Y because sublayer merge is seen and applies no correctiveness. Okay. Question 10th is a bold variant set appears empty at reference level because the variants are actually defined inside the payload, which may be left unloaded for speed. What does lofting accomplish over here? So it exposes the payload variant information up into the reference layer so it is visible without loading the payload. It moves the high resolution. Is the answer it exposes the payload variant information up into the reference layer so it is visible without loading the payload? What
Question
is the
10.
what is the question answer for 10th? Is it A? It exposes the payload variant information up to the reference.
Yes, it's A.
Mm. Yeah, this is one of the feature of lofting that we have to remember. Like it exposes the field layers, like the attributes and everything that a payload will have.
I don't understand lofting exactly. I know it is like I don't understand lofting for some reason. And lofting will be asked for sure. Lofting solves the I cannot see or control the variant unless I load payload problem. Okay, first, what is lofting? Lofting means moving important lightweight control data upward into the assets interface layer outside the heavy payload. Hmm. Exposing important controls above the payload. Lofting means moving important lightweight control data upward into the assets interface layer outside the heavy payload. Mhm. I cannot see or control the variant unless load payload. Lofting means moving important lightweight control data upward into the assets interface layer outside the heavy payload. What does this mean, bro? Lofting means moving important lightweight control data upward into the assets interface layer
So it means that
outside the
uh,
heavy payload.
so a payload can provide you a lot of things, I would say. So maybe a payload can have variants, a payload can have some default value fallbacks, a payload might have attributes or variants that we might want to take a look into, right? But we are not able to look at or metadata. One of the use cases would do the metadata. But to look to first of all to figure out, wait, what is the metadata and what it looks like, you have to load it. And if you're loading the whole payload just for looking at the metadata, it's quite expensive. So that's where lofting comes in. So lofting helps you to basically look at the lightweight control data. Maybe that is one of them would be the metadata or the variants of that metadata of that payload. So a payload can have sub variants, right? A payload can have a variant regarding some other a color, a specific color, or something else that exists in the geometry, right? So lofting exposes those fields, and you can basically directly select, okay, these are the fields I want to load, by selecting by looking at that specific fields that the payload is exposing to us. That's what I understand by what lofting means. That it basically gives you an upper layer of interface to play with the payload, the that would otherwise require you to load the payload, and that would be pretty computer intensive. Like if you are trying to load the payload again and again, it would be pretty computer intensive just for trying to take a look at the properties of the payload. As you
Mm-hmm.
can see, there are interface layers: default prim, asset info, extents, and variant sets, as I talked about. So these are the things that you want to know. Okay, what are the variant sets that exist for a payload,
Mm-hmm.
right? So rather than loading the whole payload, you try to first pick up that, okay, well, if I,
Exposing important controls above the payload.
yes, but if you take a look at the interface layers over there, you just go through the interface layer. That those are the layers that I talked about. What is there might be a default prim, there might be a secondary prim that exists over there, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you might want to load that prim instead of the default prim, because if you load the payload, it's gonna load the default prim by default, and maybe that default prim will be way too big,
Mm-hmm.
right? So instead of using the default prim as a instead of loading default prim directly, you can basically load a subprim that might be pretty less compute intensive, and that would basically fulfill your use case for that scenario. And that's where lofting comes in to help you expose the important controls above the payload. And the controls are default prim, kind, asset info, extent hints, variant sets, and payload arc.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so the heavy data stays inside the payload, heavy mesh geometry. Okay, exposing important controls above the payload. Important controls.
Which arc addresses this without unpackaging and repackaging the asset? Is for question 11? Is it A? Yeah, like relocates.
Yeah, it is
Yeah,
relocates. It is right.
that it will not come in the exam. Like we do not have any questions regarding relocates
Yeah. We don't even have any documentation related to relocates in Learn OpenUSD.
because they have not added it yet. They said that they're gonna eventually add it. But
Mm-hmm.
relocates is something that I think NVIDIA has developed as a composition arc.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see. Well, bro, I think I'm gonna buy this game on the weekend.
Six.
GTA 6, yes, and also UFC 6.
But GTA 6 is not out until early November.
But I think pre-orders are live.
So, like, is it gonna make any difference if you pre-order right now and if you order it right away?
I don't know. Abhishek was telling me to order it or something today. He was messaging me.
Mm.
Bruh,
Because
70
like
bucks.
pre-order makes sense when when you want to just play on the first day, or if you're looking for the CD. Since it's a cloud version, I think anyways, if you get it right now or later on, it's gonna be the same.
Mm-hmm. GTA 6
Pre-order.
pre-order.
Like they
It
have a
will
lot of
be nine. Oh yeah,
perks.
80 bucks. I think pre-orders are live.
Yeah, the pre-orders are live.
Pre-order
Yeah, I
bonus.
might
Yeah.
get it with the new PS6 if it releases this year.
I don't
There are.
think PS6 is gonna release this year, bro. And the GTA 6 is only gonna be on PS5 for the first year.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
PS6
I'll
release
wait for
date
the guys to leak it in.
late 2027 to 2029. It's not gonna come before 2028, bro.
No
Tw-
worries, brother. Won't miss much.
late the earliest window is late 2027. The
I
safe
think I'm gonna
bets.
motivate Tiger.
And his
Tiger is
TV.
waste of money. Like Brakke.
PS6 release date. But yeah, UFC 6, I might buy this game. And I want to stream PS5 also, bro. I don't know how to stream PS5 from
Yeah,
PS5.
it's pretty easy. I think people do it all the time.
No, but you can stream. I have already streamed from PS5, but I you cannot connect your camera and mic without a converter. What I don't. It's called something.
Okay, I think you just go to YouTube and someone might just give you an. I think you would have to connect to your. You have to connect to. You have to connect your stream via laptop and your.
Plug PS5 HD camera or compatible USB webcam into USB port of your console. Use Milton. Blah blah blah. I think you need to broadcast. Set up a broadcast.
Okay, brother, we will do this. Discuss this later. Let's focus. Let's go back to the quiz.
Oh yeah,
In OpenUSD, they are not gonna ask us, "Wait, bro, do you know how to broadcast PS5 on YouTube, bitch?"
that's true.
Option A: plug in USB-C on your PS5.
Above the payload, okay. Exposing important controls above the payload. The heavy data stays inside the payload. Heavy data in payload is heavy mesh detailed geometry. Internal variant implementation, texture simulation. But useful asset level controls are authored in a lightweight asset file. Okay, useful asset level controls are authored. So even when the payload is unloaded, the asset still has usable front panel. Okay, I think I get it. Even when payload is unloaded, the asset still has usable front panel. Okay, now what's the question? Let me see. A bold variant set appears empty at reference level because the variants are actually defined inside the payload, which may be left unloaded for speed. What does lofting accomplish here? It exposes the payload variant's information up to the reference layer so it is visible without loading the payload. Oh, now I know. It's easy. It was an easy question. I just didn't understand what lofting exactly did. Oh, okay. But the
This
usable
the mock test are for AI.
lofting puts the variant control. Gotcha, gotcha. Let's circle back on this tomorrow. I think we need to revisit this problem in the future.
Yeah, OpenUSD certification will definitely help us circle back.
All right, 11th was correct, although I was hesitant, but it was correct. And 12th was correct. It was easy. Type schema and API schema differences, I nailed it. CDE, it was correct. 13th was wrong. What happens to a layer contents when layer is added as a sublayer of another layer? What? Its prim paths are. Oh, yeah, I had it out in this. What happens to layers contents when layer is added as a sublayer to another layer?
Uprim में only API schema में only inherit directly from API schema base. API schema adds behavior to an existing prim, and multiple API schema can be applied to one prim. And the type schema answers what a prim is, and only one type schema may apply to a prim. And what is not an answer? API schema form indirect inheritance. Change up to type while type schemas inherit only API schema base. And a prim may carry several typed schemas at once. A prim cannot carry several type schemas.
What's your answer?
No, I did not attempted this question at all.
But you just read the question. Fucking, you don't need. You can answer right now.
Dude, which question? Dude, I already saw your answers over there. Which
What?
one are you
13th.
talking about? 13th or
13th.
12th?
13th.
What happens to a layer contents when that layer is added as a sublayer of another layer? It prims paths are remapped, all of its contents are brought directly over with no it contents are brought over but different requested.
I think if my answer is wrong, then I think it should be its
I think
contents
only
is.
it's I think it should be only its default premise brought over with the rest deferred. That's my answer.
Let's
Only
see.
its default prim is brought over and the rest are deferred, like based on. Like rest of the prims are paths are remapped. So remapping
Answer
does
is
not work.
B, bro. You're wrong.
What,
It is
what?
B.
No, no. What is the answer? Like my options are different than you, so I want to take a look at what you got over there.
What is your answer? Tell me.
Only its default premise brought over with the rest deferred.
Yeah, answer is all of its contents are brought over directly with no remappings.
Mapping. Okay. Okay, a default prim is only in references then. So default prim is only for references.
Mm, all of its contents are brought over directly with no remappings. What does fucking remapping mean over here exactly?
Dude, asset resolution.
AR resolver.
Yes. AR resolver. So I think AR resolver is only for references because you can bring references from any part of the any part of the asset or any file that exists somewhere else as well.
Mm-hmm. I see. Yeah, I might skip my sparring tomorrow, bro.
You wanna skip your
Sparring tomorrow.
what?
I'm gonna study.
Mm-hmm. I see. What's question 14? An opinion trace first guess the green shear was caused by variants. Cause the variants are stronger than references. What is the real composition reason? The dining set's green opinion beat the variants authored in shear geometry layer. Variants are always weaker. LIV. You know. The dining set display color was authored as a local sublayer opinion which outranks any variant under levels. The chair was referenced into dining set, and a layer stack referenced into is always stronger. Dude, why the fuck are they not giving any uh code snippet? But the chair variance that was never selected.
Because these questions are from the transcript, not from the.
An opinion trace.
Wait, but let me fucking first understand this. Okay, 13th. What happens to layers contents when.
So like I think it's a single answer, right? Like what are you trying to understand over there?
No, I'm just trying to see what the fuck does remapping and all that shit mean over here.
Okay.
Like, I know the answer now. All of its contents are brought over directly with no remapping. Are composed into layer stack of the layer that includes it, but wherever the contents are not copied, moved, or nested under a prim. Include this layer's opinion into my layer stack. It is like saying use the contents of the other layer as weaker scene description under this layer. Okay. Layout.usda, short.usda has layout.usda as sublayer. The compose stage sees both world table and camera. Pa, 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 pa. It does not become this. Sublayering does not put this sublayer under a new prim. One, if both layers define the same thing. Nothing is physically copied. All of its contents are bought out directly with no remapping. That is a composition instruction. Merges another layer. This is the key sub layer. Merges another layer into the same namespace slash layer stack. Into
What is the real composition reason the dining sets green opinion beat the variant authored in? I think for 14th, I would say B. Like according to the dining sets, display color was authored as a local sublayer opinion. Yeah, yeah, D, like the same one that you marked. Is it correct or is it wrong? Oh,
it's
it's
wrong.
what is the correct answer?
I don't know. I have not checked.
C. It's a live as a recursive across multi-layer composition. Within the first layer, variant is stronger than the reference node because the chair was reference to dining set. The layer stack is reference. And it says C, that is the chair was referenced into dining set and the layer stack referenced into is always stronger, so the variant grew weaker. Oh, I think this question would be eliminated because we do not have the visualization for what is a code snippet.
That's true. But wait, adding layer as sublayer makes its authored opinions participate in the parent layer stack. The data is not copied or reparented, it is composed at the same paths and resolved by layer strength with no remapping. Okay.
Properties exist by default the moment a premise created. It lists only the properties you explicitly authored. Which approach should you use? Many properties exist by default the moment a premise created. It lists only properties you explicitly authored. Which approach should you use? Names use check each property. Name estimate returns number of names use authored properties which filters out default and shows only custom properties. Check out iterate the property objects and call the name assessor as each one to capture. I think B for 15th. I think it should be B, but use authored variants. What is the answer? Yeah, I'm correct. 15th. Use authored variants. Nice.
There's authored opinions.
Sublayer authored opinion. Parent layer add their original paths with no path remapping or reparenting. So ask it. So for what we have to do remapping or reparenting? At what point? Maybe it would say references. I'm gonna assume. Layers will also come in some composition arcs, right?
Yeah. What is misleading about the statement? The sublayer file remains separate. The root layer only stores sublayer instruction. Layer.usda, sublayers.usda. Okay, the paths are merged into the same namespace, but not every opinion necessarily will. So the option is sort of wrong, but yeah, so if it would have been like a little more clear, I would have gotten it right. But the ChatGPT is also saying that the statement is somewhat elusive. Mhm. Where did you go, bro? What the fuck?
Question. Which
So
question?
look, just look at this once because this is important, I think.
A reference brings an external layer under a prim path.
This is when the remapping happens. Like,
Yeah, yeah, that's what I figured out that only in references it will occur. Not in payload as well, right? Or will payload be covered as well?
I don't know, tiny nuance, time offset. Sublayers do not remap prim path, but layer sublayer can have layer offset, which can shift scale time sample. That does not move paths like Volgar, but how animation time samples are interpreted. hmm When a layer is added as a sublayer, its authored opinions are composed into the included layers layer stack. Add the original scene paths. They are not copied, not parented, not path remapped. Stronger opinions in the layer stack may still override them. Okay. Got you. Okay, so 14th, you said the answer was D,
Bro,
but
14 doesn't have enough information. Like
an opinion trace. Let's see if ChatGPT can answer.
yeah, definitely AI would be able to answer, but we are mere mortals. We
An
are
opinions trace first guessed the green chair was caused by variants are stronger than references. What is the real composition reason for the dining set's green opinion beat the variant author in the chair's geometry layer? The fuck? I don't even understand what the question means.
let's see. Also ask ChatGPT to just
Chill out.
no provide a sample snippet as well so that we can
I think it's
visualize it.
gonna do it. Imagine this.
Reference.
Let's read it. The real reason. But what is the question? I don't even understand the question. An opinion trace. First guess the green chair was caused by variants are stronger than references. What is the real composition reason? The dining set's green opinion beat the dining set's green opinion beat the variant authored in the chair's geometry layer. Dining set's green opinion beat.
So dining, so based on the question, I'm just gonna assume that dining set has some kind of opinion that is green, and
Which is beating variant sets.
some kind of opinion that we
hmm
do not know about
Variants
right
are
now.
always weaker than references within the single layer stack, so the dining set's reference arc won outright. No, that is wrong. The chair was referenced into the dining set. The chair was referenced into the dining set, and a layer stack referenced into is always stronger. So the variant grew weaker. What? The chair's variant set was never selected, leaving the dining set's reference as the only authored opinion. Is the answer C over here?
What is see the chairs variance that was never selected? Is it C?
14th is B.
Yes, B. It's B.
The chair was referenced into a dining set and layer stack referenced into is all the and layer stack referenced into is always stronger, so the variant grew weaker. Oh, I think I know. Oh, wait, let me see if I'm thinking right. The dining set's green opinion is a local opinion in the referencing layer stack, while the chair geometry variant inside the referenced asset's weaker layer stack. Oh, no. The dining set's green opinion is a local opinion in the referencing layer stack, while the chair geometry variant is inside the referenced asset's weaker layer stack. Dining set's green opinion is a local opinion in the referencing layer stack. So the green opinion did not win simply because variants are stronger than references. This is too shallow. The better explanation is local opinion is the dining set layer stack as are stronger, and the opinions coming from the referenced chair asset, even if those weaker opinions are authored inside a variant. Imagine this dining set.usd references chair.usd locally says chair's color is green. Has variant that says chair color is red. Found that chair color is green. Why? Because the green opinion is authored outside and above the in the the key mistake wrong explanation says variant beats reference. Okay, I think yeah, if there would have been a code snippet, we
Yeah,
would
bro.
have.
Like for if 70 questions, right? So how many do we have to do in an for how many we have to go give for 1.7 minutes for each question?
Mm,
So like this question would take more than 1.7 minutes. That would be my argument. That's it, because they have not given us enough information. Like even
mhm,
they're like just saying that okay, there is a variant and then it has some stronger reference layer.
mhm.
What the fuck are you doing, bro? When you're taking steam sauna.
Yeah, I did take Steam today.
Mm.
That's the only reason I go to the gym, for Steam sauna
Like,
after workout. I'm thinking of changing my gym.
okay, brother, do it.
I
No
want
one's
to
telling
fucking.
you.
Bro, the only thing is, like all the other gyms, they don't have sauna, steam, and shower,
Makes
which is
sense.
like very important to for
Yeah,
me.
really troublesome, right?
Yeah, I mean, if I join the gym in front of my house, then maybe not.
Okay, wait. The gym in front of your house, it has steam and sauna.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, I won't be troubled by the shower thing if I get. Yeah, bro, I might just do it. I might cancel my membership and just take
Why?
a bro, because I want to do kickboxing and jiu-jitsu as well.
Oh,
And if I pay for like my current gym and the fucking, you know, um,
you can gamble and make the money out.
I've already made the money. I don't need to do
More,
that.
bro, more. More money never hurts.
I already made like 15, no, $1,200. No, more than fucking 12, $1,300 this year alone.
IRS is on you.
I'm
IRS is
running.
listening. IRS is
No,
listening. These
n-
motherfucking gamblers.
no taxes, party, bitches. Elon.
Elon. But that only happens if you own a freaking company and you have ESOPs,
Yeah,
because that's like, paper money.
yeah. But his
Paper money.
credit, but that's the only reason he gets a fucking credit line of $500 million or $1 billion or something like that.
Same applies for MSTR.
Yeah.
Same. An asset is buried beneath roughly 40 levels of nested hierarchies, forcing artists to dig through many scopes before they reach it, which principle of well-structured OpenUSD is most directly
What
complemented.
you did 15th. Many properties exist by default prim.
Use the author properties variant, which filters out default and shows only custom properties.
Yeah, this was a fluke on my end
Mm.
because yeah, authored and authored.
The strategy of option elimination.
No, not elimination, bro. Like this was semantic matching, I would say, not elimination. All the options look correct only. They don't look wrong. Iterate the property
No,
objects
but
and
wait,
call
bro,
the
like
new edge.
if you look at the question, many properties exist by default the moment the a premise created, right? That it's talking about the fallback values
Mhm.
or fallback properties, right? To list only properties you explicitly authored. That means it's talking about a variant that where you can basically select what properties you want to look at. So you remember in variants you can select, okay, this is the property red, and then it's gonna load display color red and specific value for that trim, like that. So that's why the in my mind, the basic answer was it should be authored variants. But
Mm-hmm.
then we had to go through all the options. So I knew the answer, but I didn't know what are the options over here. And then I just went with okay, use authored property variants. So this were the keywords that
Best
tried
filters out
to
the default and shows only custom
yeah.
properties. Use author property variant. Hmm.
Well, like the question clearly states that okay, like we have to based on the questions that we have been attempting. The only thing I have understood is the answer is right in front of you most of the time. You have to basically understand what the question is trying to ask you. Like for API schemas, some of the questions that I tried to answer, I was first of all not able to understand what the question is trying to ask me,
Hmm.
and because of that, that is the one of the reason our most of the answers are wrong sometimes
Hmm.
because we are like okay, I
Okay,
think this is
this was the example that you were asking. Chair.usda, like the snippet, code snippet over
mm,
here. So,
for
okay,
okay, which one is it, 14th?
yeah, for 14, the code snippet. So this is chair.usda. It has xform chair variant,
Mm-hmm.
string red, and then prepend variant look, variant set look
Mm-hmm.
is defined as red. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And here prepend references chair.usda, and it's defining the chair as color green over here, right? Yeah, then I would have definitely selected green. And
Yeah, because that was like okay, you're trying to visualize a lot, like you're ballparking each and every assumption over there.
yeah, and then the only question that I have is okay, yeah, if yeah, that would mean the local opinion of the dining set.usda would win over variant set. Yes, okay. So we could have gotten this one. And many properties exist by default moment. To list only the properties you explicitly authored, which property authored properties variant, which filters out a defaults and shows custom properties. Authored property variant. Okay. So 16th was correct. And asset
Navigable.
is, yeah. So this was pretty easy. Navigability because we are not able to find it.
Yeah.
Dig through. Legibility, modularity, and performance.
Changes created with out of the box default in Kit. An author, an author then changes up the up
Up
access
axis.
values in stage settings while stage is open. What happens to the already stage? The current stage retroactively rewrites every prems xform operation to honor the new unit. The stage keeps in the geometry, but it default prem reassigned. The stage is this is a kit one, dude. We have not practiced kit yet, but
But it
I think
was in the YouTube
I
videos.
think based on my, I would have gone with D, but I think I might be wrong.
Because you already know that C is wrong, bro.
What? No, D, like nothing changes on the current stage. The new value takes effect
A new
only.
stage is created with the out-of-box defaults in kit, and author then changes the up axis and meters per unit value in the stage setting.
I'm gonna go with nothing changes.
While the stage is open, what
You
happens
are on
to
A
already
itself.
open stage? And you're saying what?
A.
Over here, nothing changes on the current stage.
Because until unless you save it, it won't change. That's how
The value
operation works.
take the new values take effect only when a new stage is created. Hmm.
Maybe I will be wrong.
17. The answer is A. Why is it A? I don't even know what the fuck a kit. I think kit is omniverse. Kit
Yes, but kit is
changing
not
is.
but for some reason, I think in the transcript there might be some there. So in the transcript in the videos
Mm,
that Claude code transcribed, there might
mm,
be some question regarding kit or something because we
mm-hmm,
couldn't generate each and every freaking question.
mm-hmm. Changing the up axis or meters per unit in stage setting is not retroactive. The values apply only when a new stage is created, so the open stage is unaffected, immediately reorienting and rescaling the current stage, reassigning its default prim. Immediately reorienting and rescaling the current stage. Okay, so nothing will happen until, like, okay, it is created, so the open immediately reorienting, automatic retroactive update that does not occur. Okay. So once a stage is open, you cannot modify the up axis and anything via this.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. 18th was correct.
A studio adopting OpenUSD wants asset path return with a custom URL schema to resolve to real location while ordinary relative and absolute file paths keeps working. What does asset resolver layer provide? Each custom URL schema requires a file processing resolver cannot translate USD default to the handles every URL schema and custom resolvers add caching on top of it. Asset path. Is it D? USD defaults resolver handles relative and absolute file paths, and you add custom resolver plugins for your own URL schemas. Yeah. Oh, nice. For a second, I thought it could be B as well, but then
USD's default resolver handles the relative and absolute
I don't know
paths,
about
and you
caching.
are
Does
what?
asset resolver? I don't. I thought B could be an answer, but I was.
But I need to look at it in depth because this was a fluke as well.
Uh,
Studio adopting OpenUSD wants asset path written with a custom URL scheme. Asset path written with a custom URL scheme to resolve to real locations while ordinary relative and absolute file paths keep working. What does the asset resolver provide? USD's default resolver handles relative and absolute file paths. And you add custom resolver plugins for your own URLs. Bro, have you tried Codex?
no.
I'm gonna try Codex soon.
Is your company getting codecs?
No, bro, we are not gonna get anything from ChatGPT. OpenAI.
Why?
My company has sued OpenAI.
Okay, okay, okay.
Yeah, they have a law legal case going on right now.
You think? Do you think your team is gonna win? Your
I
company.
think they might win because New York Times and my company, New York Times and Washington Post, and all of these companies have combined, like, joined hands.
Oh
I
my
think
god.
I
Oh,
should not
I
say
know.
anything
For
risky on
scraping,
the stream.
scraping of data.
Yeah, unregularized or unauthorized scraping.
Yes, asset resolver in the URL who uses caching mode to open custom scraping for cabbages. Handles your schema custom resolver. Does custom resolvers add caching? So Azure Asset Resolver do have a caching thing, but it is as AR resolves scope cache. Oh, I see.
Oh. Ah, let's go. Mm, 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 mm. Come on. Mhm. Damn, I'm corny.
New York asset resolver. AR API will supply access to context. So is B also a correct option? So is B and D both correct? Oh, relative and absolute paths. New York. Dude, so is there the pub thing? It's not open on Thursday?
Sometimes it is open on Thursdays if there's an event or anything, but I don't think it's open today. Translate authored assets path into real location that USD can open. Custom resolver plugins. For own URLs. Okay, 18th is done. 19th was what? Okay, 19th was also correct. 20th was wrong.
20th, I did A because the doubling manipulates the current value related to itself. So you must read the size to multiply it by 0.
What was the question? You want to double cube's existing size attribute. Why must you retrieve the attribute?
Dude, this was a simple question. Like, what was the part you are not able to understand? Like, I would say just reread the question, so
Okay,
you will
wait,
get it.
wait, wait, wait. You want to double a cube's existing size attribute. Why must you retrieve the attribute's current value before authoring a new one in this case, whereas overwriting alone would not require it? Because the size attribute exists by default and its default value must be cleared before a new value is set. Because doubling manipulates. You did what?
Yeah, because doubling manipulates the current value related to itself. So you must read the size to multiply it by 2.
Damn, I did because the size attribute exists by default and its
I was gonna go
default.
with definitely I was gonna go with A, but then I read the question again. You want,
Wait,
like
let
it
me
says
see
you
what's
want
the
to double
answer.
absolute value.
Question
Like it was
20. Did you already see the answer?
no, I haven't.
Answer is D. You only need to read first when you manipulate the current value relative to itself, such as doubling the size, because you must read the current size to multiply it by 2. Retrieving the object attribute object is needed for any set, including plain overrides. Metadata does not need reapplying to author a value, and a default value does not need clearing before setting a new one. I don't get it.
You don't get it?
No.
Dude, reread the question again.
You want to double cube's existing size attribute. Okay. I
Yes.
get that. Why must you retrieve the attribute's current value? So why do we need to retrieve the current value? I know what you're saying, like doubling it, like just multiply by the current value by 2.
Mm-hmm.
Authoring a new one in case value before authoring a new one in case, whereas overwriting alone would not require it. But
Like,
overwriting, why? Whereas overwriting alone would not require it. Why does it?
so
Like,
how
why
would
can't
you
we
double
not
a
overwrite
value?
it?
The thing is, how would you double a value first?
Yeah,
So if
multiplied by 2.
so,
But
yeah, so even if you're trying, so yeah, that's so like first you have to get the value. Like in any other option, we are not able, we are not getting the value at any point. Even if you want to override it, you need to first figure out, okay, what is the value that exists, and you want to double it.
these streets will make you feel brand new. These lights will inspire you. Mhm.
What is it saying?
Because the double is relative operation while override is an absolute operation. Doubling existing value or new value depends on an old value, so you must read old value first. Okay. Uh, okay. New value is already known, so you can just write it. Okay, imagine the cube has currently double size 4. Double size is you need to calculate current size into 2. So new size is 8. So you must retrieve the fucking thing first. Okay. This is a read and modify operation. Read current, compute new, write new. The override does not the final value. Oh, double. I see. Got it. We cannot overwrite it without
Getting
reading the
to
new.
know like what are we dealing with?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a really good question. Like I think this is the type of question that we might expect.
Hmm.
I would say.
But do you know Dustin Poirier?
No, I don't think so.
He's a uh, he's a UFC. Yeah, like he is a retired UFC fighter, and he got arrested for drunk intoxication. And
Wow.
the police, like the cop, knew that he was a UFC fighter,
Uh-huh.
and he was telling him to come here. Like
Oh.
the fight, like Dustin was pointing at him, and he was like, "I'll fight you right now. Come here."
Oh.
And he was like, "No, I don't want to fight you." The cop was scared, but he got arrested anyway. So it was
Oh.
fucking amazing. I'll fight you right now. And he dropped the N word multiple times. He's a white dude.
And the cop was a black dude.
No, he was white too. I think the body cam didn't show what the cop was, but
Uh, all right. Next question, 21.
21 was wrong. A
A
pipeline
pipeline maintains that
maintains more
topic
than
of
one version of its workflow diagram.
version of
What
its workflow
distinguishes the
diagram.
more detailed graph
What
from the high level
distinguishes the more
diagram? Yeah,
detailed
I didn't
graph
know
from
this
high
at all.
level diagram? The detail graph replaces the validate. Okay, what distinguishes the more detailed graph from high level diagram? Detail look the detail graph is the version stakeholders and users describe more than one version of its workflow diagram. I think the detailed graph replaces validation by listing which opinion wins at each layer of composition. I'm gonna assume that
A. Yeah.
20. But
The
wait,
more
go up, go up, go up. I want to see are the options same?
detailed
Yes.
graph shows the
Yes.
actual inputs and outputs flowing.
Oh no, no, I'm
Uh,
wrong. I'm wrong. I'm wrong. My bad. Detail graph shows actual inputs and out. Yeah, I'm wrong. I'm wrong. My bad. Like from on in mine, it's C. Retail graph show input flowing, helping technical implementers grasp the nitty gritty. Nitty gritty, dude. This is definitely something from the transcript.
Hmm. The more detailed graph is distinguishable by it expands the high-level pipeline blocks into the actual implementation steps, tools, files, handoffs, dependencies, validation points, and data transformations. The study guide. Hmm. High-level diagram show the major stages, detailed. Oh, those changes actually happen. A high-level OpenUSD pipeline diagram may say modeling, look, dev, layout, lightning, render. This is useful for executors, producers, but the detailed pipeline may say Maya model publish. Okay, that is useful pipeline. Made different high-level diagrams. What happens? Detailed the graph, exactly how it happens. So, a pipeline maintains more than one version. What distinguishes more detailed graph? Okay, the detailed graph shows the actual inputs and outputs flowing. Technical implementation graphs and integrity. But bruh,
Yeah, bro.
it does
I'm
not say
telling you.
anything about the high level part in this option though. And it's not multiple choice.
What does ChatGPT says about it?
ChatGPT is saying high level diagram is showing what happens and detailed graph exactly shows how it happens. High level OpenUSD diagram may say modeling, look, dev, layout, lighting, render. This is useful for executives and producers and artists. But detailed pipeline graph may say Maya model publish, USD exporter, hook, asset validation, component asset structure created, payload return, blah blah blah. What detail graph includes? Usually includes which DCC tool is used, which script, okay, which asset, which version, where asset paths are resolved, where department owns each step, what files are inputs and outputs, where handoffs happen, where failures can be caught. A high-level diagram might just show asset publish, short assembly, render, blah blah, etc. Hmm. Maybe come back to me, all that you are, maybe all that you need. Hmm. Okay. Question number 21 is done. 22 was correct. Which statement about specialized arc are accurate? It is the weakest. Yes, 22 was correct. 23 was also correct. What does the USD Exchange SDK provide for developers building a source to destination direct built on top of? So 23
High
was correct
level
as well.
convenience function built on top of, yes. This was like something we read
Yeah.
in USD thing.
24 was wrong.
And which
When,
script uses the SGF change blocks? Yes, which
yeah,
practices?
bro. This is the one, bro. I am telling you, I think there's gonna be a question about the change processing and change
Which is
blocks.
implemented inside a block rather than composed USD. Which practices are recommended to avoid? Drive XForm translate through the composed USD API. in a block to generate consistent layer, span the change block across multiple layers. So opinion from every layer are batched together. Author every new prim and its variant set inside the block. So composition is finalized. So D is not gonna be one. Avoid creating new prims inside chains, and change blocks are mostly for changing values. These ignorance drive is lower level is API primitive inside a block rather than composed USD API. I think B and I would go with B and A, B. Use the lower level SDF API such as
For
Prem.
me, for like, look at my thing and
Yeah,
tell me what up.
I think it's gonna be A and what was the other one? Use the lower level A and E. A and E
Yeah,
for me. How wrong are we?
24th answer is BNE.
B and E. So what is B?
Avoid creating new prim inside change block since change blocks are mostly for changing values, and
Definitely, bro.
use the lowers.
This is a typical wording from the transcript for sure.
Mm. No, bro, I think Claude did a good job of converting things into proper questions. I don't think that is. I think we are gonna see questions like this. We need to score more than fucking 56, bro.
I see.
So SDF change block is a batching tool for USD layer edits. Dot change block. USD layer edits. Okay, it says I'm about to make several changes to USD screen description. Do not process and change notification after every tiny edit. Wait until I finish the whole block. Simple mental model without SDF change block. Edit one is USD reacts. It is mainly used for performance and consistency when making. consistency when making USD SDF edits. Mainly used for performance and consistency. Performance and consistency when making USD SDF edits. Stage chain lock, patching tool for USD dev. Example, usually create many prims. Mm. Mhm. Oh, look at this. Look at this Python code.
Mm. It is mainly used for performance and consistency. Oh, yeah, I did take a look at the Python code on Perplexity earlier, like how we can perform the change block with
Mm.
SDF change block. Like it's an improvise or a better version for a broader change or repayment of your assets under a specific prim you want.
Mm-hmm.
Like we saw that we can use SDF, so SDF dot edit context or edit layer, right? So instead of that, we can use SDF dot change block to repyramid a lot of stages or assets under a specific prim that you want all at
Mm.
once in the same block.
Mm-hmm. I see. Mm-hmm. Mm. Ooh. All the edits happen together. USD processes the resulting changes after the block exits. USD edits happen together. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. USD notice or why it matters. USD applications often listen for changes using notices like USD notice.objects change. Yes, this is the one that we saw. If you make 1,000 edits one by one, the app may receive many updates repeatedly, recompute scene data. SDF change block avoids that. Many edits, one coalesce change processing step. Important. It is not an undo transaction. Do not think of it as database transaction undo block rollback system. It does not automatically undo it edit if something fails. It only delays called as USDs change processing and notices. So this is wrong as if change block means all edits are safely rolled back if one fails. Correct. SDF dot change block means USD waits to process the edits until the block is done. Important warning, while inside a change block, the stage may be partially edited state. So the safe pattern is inside the block author edits after the block query final composed results. While inside the changing block, the stage may be partially edited state. So the safe pattern is inside the block author edits after the block query the final composed results. How long do you want to stream today? It's 3 already.
Yeah, till 3.
Till 3.
Yeah, till 3.
We have a lot of questions left, bro.
Bruh, there will always be a lot of questions left. Like this is something that you have to do for 8 or 10 hours, the way we are going. So it's better to do it in our own time, like at our pace, because we do not have enough time left to like basically skim through everything or go through everything in depth. If we just want to pass the quiz or the certification,
What? What does that statement even mean? If you want, what?
we do not have enough time if we want to just pass the quiz. Like if you are going through each and every concept and taking an hour for that concept or 30 minutes at least, then it will consume a lot of time for that part. So my strategy would be to just ask Cloud Code to generate all the possible questions from the 4 videos and just go through the
6.
questions. Oh yeah, 6 videos and just go through the questions. That's it.
And the answers.
Yes.
And
That
just
that's
fucking
because
yeah.
dude, like you cannot learn a lot
I'll
in like
I'll tell you why that strategy won't work. Because you're definitely not gonna get the same vernacular of the questions that you're gonna see over here, Cloud Code
oh,
generating.
definitely I won't have those, but at least I would know some of the things that I might have missed. That's the only
Yeah.
goal right now.
But if
That's
you
the
do
only
it
goal
this way, you would definitely get the answers correct.
we'll see. You go with your strategy, I will go with my strategy.
Okay, definitely.
Yes. Because I believe in cloud code.
You believe in Cloud Code. I also
Yeah.
believe in Cloud Code. I already generated the study material though
So
for
yeah, like
those.
we have to skim through the study material. Like we can definitely go through each and every freaking concept. Then for that you have to extend your quiz. That's what I would say. That reschedule the quiz for maybe 10 days more.
I am not gonna reschedule my quiz. I am gonna pass my quiz on Friday and I'm gonna be done with it. I'm not gonna put in more work, bro. I'm definitely not rescheduling. If I don't
Mhm.
pass it, I'll just redo it. If I don't pass it, I'm definitely not gonna reschedule it. You can reschedule it until tomorrow
Yeah.
if you're thinking of rescheduling.
No, I won't. I will either if I fail, then I will think when I will reschedule it. maybe later next month or
If
next to
I
next, or maybe never.
maybe never, brother. You put in all this effort for nothing.
Yeah, yes, bro. Sometimes you have to.
Fuck off, bro.
It was fun until it lasted.
This is the markdown that it has generated for layers, all that shit. Q&A.
Or I will either pull in some big guns, call in some favors. I will talk to NVIDIA, Jensen Wang, bro. I need a favor.
Alright, I'm gonna stop the stream.
Dude, like 4 minutes is still remaining. Let's just stop at three.
Oh, wow, wow.
Yes,
What will you
brother.
achieve in 4 minutes, bro?
We will do one more question in 4 minutes.
I've ended the stream. कर दिया मैंने बंद.
Okay, चल ठीक है.